Welcome in, welcome back. PTSD Sports Play-by-Play. My name is Rich, United States Navy. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, following, and please share with any veterans out there that really need a friend, anyone to talk to, just to let them know that they're not alone, and anyone that loves sports, this is where it's at right here. There is no judgment, no criticism, no negative crap. You can find any sports commentator on YouTube, but I swear to you, I'm the only one that is here for you. Honestly, guys, I stutter. I have memory lapses. I'm not perfect. This channel is not for the perfect people. So welcome in and welcome aboard. American Legion, Post 87, I thank you for your friendship and your camaraderie. Thank you so much for everything you do for me. And my beautiful daughter and my handsome son, Miles in London. I love you guys very much. Let's get right into the sports because there is plenty to talk about. I'm rocking my 76ers hat. They are in the playoffs facing the Toronto Raptors. I am proud of my 76ers, but I'm also disappointed in them. Let me get into it. I'm proud of them for a lot of reasons, and here's one of them. Never before in Game 3, Joel Embiid's game-winning 27 feet away from the hoop. His game-winning 27-footer three-pointer with 0.8 seconds left on the game clock was the first overtime last-second game winner in 76ers post-game history. Boom. There is one big reason I love him. And here's another reason why I don't love him. After Game 4, Joel Embiid from the Sixers, he gets fined $15,000. Sink that in. $15,000. That's like many months of mortgage payments for us working class. 15 grand for Joel Embiid, that's like his belly button lint. Yeah, that's nothing for him. But still, he gets fined for criticizing the poor officiating. So he is going to blame other people for his poor performance. That's inaccountability. I know it's a big word for a lot of us, but it's very true. Come on, Joel. Be a man. Own up. You didn't play that well. Come on. Just get better. Suck it up. Be a man. A lot of us, yeah. I think you're nodding and agreeing. So after the Sixers won 3 straight, so they need to win one more. It's a 7-game series. They won 3 straight. One more, right? I think they popped open the champagne a little too early, if you know what I mean. The Sixers lost back-to-back, obviously celebrated too early. Mix that together with Joel Embiid's rant, and he also tore a ligament in his thumb. The reason I keep saying Joel Embiid is because he's one of the biggest contributors to the 76ers, Harden and Embiid. So with all that, you got the too early celebrating, the fine, the losing back-to-back, the ligament tear. Now the 76ers are up 3 games, and the Toronto Raptors won 2. Game 6 coming up Thursday at 7 o'clock. That's actually tomorrow. I'm going to try to catch that at the Legion. NASCAR at Talladega. This is for you, Frank and Rob. I still can't believe I'm talking NASCAR. Like a couple months ago, there is no way on God's green earth I'd be talking about this, but I'm getting into it. I am getting hooked a little. I am getting hooked. There was a huge 3-car wreck with 4 laps left in stage 1. Hemrick, number 16, lost control of the inner track. I think he was trying to post a position and trying to get into a leadership spot there. Little too early. He jerked around a little too much. And thanks to the phenomenal safety features, though, there were no lives taken. Back in the 90s, guys, when the immortal Dale Earnhardt Sr., Davey Allison, they both passed away. That wouldn't have happened now, though. With these safety features, it's truly remarkable how they're driving 200 some miles an hour and just crashing into pieces and somehow walking away. That's God, and that's great safety. Middle of stage 2, number 22 rams into the wall, affecting at least 10 other cars. That's true bad luck. You work so hard to get position, to get into the top 5. Then one guy does something terribly wrong, and it's a domino effect. Literally, one domino falls, and they all come tumbling down. Total bad luck. That's, oh man, don't buy a Powerball ticket. You got the worst luck of all right there. Final 1,000 meters. Yeah, the final 1,000 meters of that final lap. That, guys, YouTube it. Look on the highlights. That's worth your time. It reminded me like a lot of the final lap reminded me of a bunch of kids running toward a ice cream truck. You know, it's a bunch, just like a cluster. Everyone's shoving, everyone's elbowing, trying to get first, get in the first of the line. So again, it's like it's a mad, unorganized mashup. True insanity. Amazingly, they all walk away. I can't stress enough how safety has come such a long way. I mean, you and I get in a wreck with our Kia, our Toyota, or a Honda, and there's not a chance in heck we're going to avoid the hospital. These guys, there's every safety precaution taken, and it is for the better, but come on, it almost seems impossible that these guys seriously walk away with no broken legs. Insane. True insanity. NHL playoffs, hockey. Hockey but the playoffs. So the playoffs start for Monday, May 2nd. So next week I'll be talking about certain teams that I'm interested in. Let me know what hockey teams you're interested in. That's going to start up May 2nd. I'd be glad to follow your team for you. No problem at all. Baseball. Only a little bit I'm diving into. I really am against MLB right now after that strike that they were holding millions of dollars. Really, guys? Come on. Shockingly, the New York Mets have the best record in the NL East and also in all of baseball. The Mets are hot to trot right now. Being a Philadelphia fan, that's really hard for me to say. It's like I'm tasting vinegar. I'm tasting just nasty stuff in my mouth when I compliment a New York team or any rival like Atlanta. Anyways, this is always a marathon. Baseball is always a marathon. It's 160 some games in a season. About 15 games have been played. A lot to go. NFL draft. Thursday, April 28th to the 30th. That, if you don't understand what the draft means, it is when college kids get their opportunity to play real ball in the NFL, professional. Number 1 to number 10 picks start as following: Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, the Jets, the Giants, Carolina Panthers. A second pick for the New York Giants after they got that the Chicago Bears gave the Giants their first round pick, and Atlanta. Let me know who your team is. I'd be glad to look them up and follow them just like any other team. My team's obviously the Eagles. Go Birds, go Sixers, go Flyers, go Phillies. Boxing. I think this is the last one I have to talk about. Yep, boxing will lay out the final chapter to this video. I need to take a big breath on this because there's a lot to talk about here. It's a heavyweight bout, 12 rounds. Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is the challenger. 28 wins, 2 losses, 19 victories came by KO, knockout. Tyson Fury, the champ, heavyweight champ, undefeated, WBC heavyweight champion, 31-0. He almost got a loss in a draw. A draw is pretty much like saying a tie, shaking hands and walking away. But still undefeated, 31 wins, 22 victories coming by KO. But here is the big difference. Now, I'm not going to say it was uneven because Tyson Fury is 6'9". Find another boxer that's like 7 foot tall, then we'll talk. But Tyson Fury, 6'9", his reach is 85 inches. Again, I mentioned this before. Your reach is when you measure from your shoulder to your fingertips. That's your reach. Dillian Whyte is obviously mismatched, a 78-inch reach, which means he is short 7 inches, and he's also short 5 inches on his height. He's 6'4". So it pretty much looked like a bigger brother beating up his little brother. Dillian Whyte opened up with a southpaw stance. Now, Dillian Whyte is right-handed. He tried messing with the mind of Tyson Fury. Now, that's a great way to go about it. You have a giant. You're facing an undefeated giant. And you pretty much know you're not going to knock him out in the first couple rounds. So what you got to do is mess with his mind. And honestly, boxing is a physical version of chess. You have to know where to move, when to punch, reading your opponent, know his know his weaknesses. With 12 seconds left in the 6th round, this was insane. Again, this is also worth watching on YouTube. Go to the highlights. You will enjoy it. Final 12 seconds of the 6th round, Tyson lands a massive right uppercut, collapsing Whyte to end his night. Yeah, it rhymed, right? Pretty good, huh? Tyson retaining his championship, remaining undefeated, and reminding the world why his last name is Fury. That was a furious right uppercut. Beautiful. I mean, it was gorgeous. He didn't miss it at all. He landed every piece of that leather right under the chin, and Dillian Whyte just collapsed like an old tree in the forest. Worth watching. And speaking of watching, thank you for watching my video. Please continue to pass this video on to anyone that really just needs a friend to know that no one's perfect in this world. And this world can get you between the junk, between the legs, if you know what I mean. Life isn't easy, guys, but I'm here for you, all right? Pass this video on to anyone having a hard time in life. I love you guys very much. God bless America.